Revolution started when poor black people, because the poor people in this country, back at the turn of the 17th century, black people and white people were marrying each other. There was no such thing as color.
Okay, Bacon Revolution.
Right. Well, that wasn't the start of it, but that's the Bacon Revolution is when they decided, the black and the white people decided that they wanted to get together and get what the rich people had. The planter class.
So that's what brought the race.
Thomas Jefferson, even though they had instituted slavery, every black person in this country was not a slave.
Right.
Far from it.
Right.
You had black people who had trades. They did blacksmith work. They did whatever, just whatever trade that they were good at, proficient at, they did it. For example, who did they tell you invented? Now this is jumping ahead. Who did they tell you invented the cotton gin? A white man named Eli Whitney.
Right, but it was a black man.
Lie. A black, I don't know his name. A black slave and his son. They did it.
And then that's the worst thing they could ever do, because then once they got the cotton gin,
that made slavery worse. Because now they could really make some money.
Right.
But stop it. Let me Google up when it started.
Okay, so the Bacon Revolution.
Yeah, the Bacon Revolution. Okay, Google. Bacon Revolution.
This corn so pretty. I know people say don't eat corn. Dr. Saber don't say don't eat corn, but baby, I'm from the South. This is the closest thing to a staple.
The Bacon Revolution of 1697.
Bacon Revolution of 1697.
Okay, I said bacon, but it's bacon.
How you spell it?
Bacon.
Yeah, bacon.
The Bacon Rebellion was an armed rebellion held by Virginia settlers. Did they say settlers? But that's not true. See, they got to disguise it. It was a rebellion that was started by the poor people.
A rebellion.
They did that divide and conquer thing. That's when they came. That's when it came into being.
Because black people and white people wanted to be together. Right.
And what happened? It took them from like 1776 to 1777 to convince the white people, hey, y'all better than that. That's when that started. That's when that divide and conquer mechanism of procedure started. And so that's what they do now, divide and conquer. That's what these white people, I look at them and they ain't got a clue. And they're getting the same crap that we get.
They are.
They've been treated the same way, but they've been so.
They just get a more privileged outlook on it,
well,
but
they get a break when it comes to them and us.
Right.
But when it comes to them and the rich people,
they don't get no break.
Just like people talk about Donald Trump don't care nothing about nobody poor.
Right.
He said it. He's documented. It's documented. He said certain things to let you know he don't want to be bothered with them. And that's the way it is. But they will use white people to as a buffer to keep us from being able to get what we supposed to have. But there's a reason why we don't have what we're supposed to have, and I don't know why black people don't try to find the truth, because they will find out that it's not going to happen that way.
Right.
These white people are not going to miraculously decide, oh, yeah, we're going to stop being prejudice.
Right.
Because it's been ingrained into their whole psyche.
Right.
Okay. But anyway.
And then it might be genetics too. It might be their genetics. It might be written in their genetic coding to be that way.
And this is what they say, but you have to be careful when you read this Google stuff.
Right.
Bacon's rebellion in Virginia was the first popular uprising in the American colonies. It was long viewed as an early revolt against English tyranny. But it wasn't against English tyranny. It was against the planter class, the Thomas Jefferson type, the George Washington.
The families.
The big, the so-called people that were responsible for signing the Constitution and writing the Declaration of Independence. Okay, let me see what they say here. What does Bacon's revolution have to do with slavery? This ought to be interesting. Okay, now they tell us the truth. Bacon's rebellion demonstrated that poor whites and poor blacks could be united in a cause.
Ooh.
See? They finally told the truth further down.
Right.
This was a great fear of the ruling class.
Okay, so
what would prevent the poor from uniting to fight them? This fear has hastened the transition to racial slavery. And like I said, that's when the divide and conquer.
That's when divide and conquer took place.
About 30, 35, 40 years for it to really get into place.
So how you feel about the segregation? Like when they said Martin Luther King shouldn't have put us all together because it actually made us weaker.
I totally agree. The worst thing could have ever happened to us.
Okay.
When you were born.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were separated,
mm-hmm.
the only thing we should have required of them is to give us equal, like
land,
housing,
right,
sewage,
right,
stores,
right,
food, whatever they had. Give it to us. We don't bother you. Give it to us in our neighborhood.
Or just start building it ourselves. So,
well, let me tell you something too. See, whenever we do have something, let me give you some secular history.
Okay.
The Black Wall Street, that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
mm-hmm.
at the turn of the century. You know what happened?
What happened?
The white people started off a rumor that
mm-hmm.
a black man had raped or done something to a white woman,
mm-hmm.
and they burned Black Wall Street down. Look it up.
Oh, I know.
You heard
but
about
let me ask you, did you know about it without social media, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been read about it.
Okay.
That's some of them books I got up there. That's I've been knew about.
But I'm saying they never showed it on the news.
No, they're not. This happened. They just started recognizing it.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it on some news shows. You hear people
mm-hmm.
talking about it, but they never have really given the black people proper credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the riot that they had down in my brain don't work like it used to down in Central Florida.
Okay.
Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
The black people there were prominent. They
mm-hmm.
were living good. They weren't like
and they
Wall
just
Street.
did one lie and killed all of them.
A white woman who was cheating on her husband
mm-hmm.
got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing she did
was holler rape.
But
how you gonna kill everybody in the neighborhood?
That's what they do. That's the excuse that they use.
Ooh, somebody need to knock them folks off down there.
Trust me. It ain't what they think it is. It ain't what a lot of us don't.
Got my corn, y'all. 2, 4,
Look at those
6,
cherries.
8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I know, right? I'm about to make cherry pie.
Let me see the cherry.